everyone, it's Miss Denise from Maryland Public Library, and welcome to Cuisine for Kiddos. Today we have two dessert recipes using cherries. The first one is a cherry pie using puff pastry, and the second one is a no-bake cherry almond cheesecake. So we're ready to get started. My hands are washed, my counter has been wiped off. I'll show you what we're going to need for the first recipe. The first one we're going to do is the mini cherry pies. So of course you're going to need puff pastry, cherry pie filling, a bit of egg for a wash so that the puff pastry comes out nice and golden brown, and some sugar. Now you could, I chose to use the vanilla sugar because I really like this flavor, but you could use a coarse sugar or any sugar that you have really would work. So we're ready to get started. First thing we're going to do is cut the puff pastry into 6 pieces. And put them on a cookie sheet that is covered with parchment paper. Now I already did a practice recipe, so I'm only going to show you 3, but if you use the whole package of puff pastry, you would end up with 6 of these. So next thing is to put a bit of the cherry pie filling on each of the puff pastry slices. You don't want to fill them too full because then it'll run out when you're baking. Oh, a little more. I think a little more on this one. Okay. Now it looks good. And now I'm ready to top each with the other part. And I did flour my counter before I put this on so that the puff pastry wouldn't stick. Just place them right on top. Then use a fork to smush them together. Oh, this would be a fun part for kids to do, so the cherry pie filling doesn't run out. All of them. That a little more even. And these are going to go into the oven to bake at 375 degrees for about 30 minutes. This is my egg wash. It'll make them turn out nice and golden brown. But before you put these into the oven, they need to chill in the fridge for about half an hour. At least half an hour. You can leave them in longer. Okay. And I'm going to poke a little slit so the steam can escape while they're baking. And sprinkle sugar on the top. This is my vanilla sugar. That's why you see the little brown pieces in there. Okay. Into the fridge they go to chill. And now we're ready for the next recipe. This is the no-bake cherry cheesecake. For this recipe, you're going to need cherry pie filling, an 8-ounce block of cream cheese softened, 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, and some almond slivers for a garnish. Okay, I'm ready to start. My cream cheese is softened. I'm adding the sweetened condensed milk. And we'll just mix this up. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the base. The base for this recipe is 12 of the rectangles of graham crackers put in a plastic bag and crushed. I just rolled mine with a rolling pin. If you have a food processor, you could do them in that. Okay, so now I'm ready to mix up. Mix until the cream cheese is incorporated with the sweetened condensed milk. There, that looks good. Okay, you can use whatever kind of container you like. I have some juice glasses. And then if you wanted to take your dessert with you someplace, you could put them in a disposable plastic cup, and that would work really well. So just a little bit of the graham crackers, crushed graham crackers in the base. And you can be pretty generous with this. Those 12 graham cracker squares go a long way. Again, I already did half this recipe, so mine might look like I have less in the bowl, but that's because it is only half. As much or as little as you like. Now, this recipe, if you did the whole recipe, would probably do about 4 of this size, maybe 6 of this size, of the juice glass sizes. That I'm just going to drop by teaspoonful into each container. And there we go. I'm going to leave some room for the cherries, of course. And some cherries on the top. As much or as little as you like. Oops. Oh well, easy cleanup. Might as well use them all. Okay. And garnish with a bit of slivered almonds. Of course, when these are done, you have to store them in the fridge until you're ready to eat. Okay, so here we have our no-bake cherry cheesecake and our mini cherry pies. If you wanted to be really fancy when you serve these, you could do them with a bit of whipped topping. And if you had some fresh cherries for garnish, that would look beautiful. I hope you like these recipes. See you next time. Bye.